Hiya 13. I just wanted to go through with you a few examples of how to answer the exam style questions based upon the question 2 which you went through. I'm going to give you an example of that and how we go about doing this. Okay, so here we go. So here you might see is the question, and again what we're going to go through, we're going to use our highlighter to highlight any key terms and answer questions as we go along. So the first thing we always need to do is read the question. So it says question 2A, part 1, what is meant by the term tropism? We'll note that it's only 1 mark. So I'm going to highlight the fact that it's only worth 1 mark. And we said what the term tropism. So what is tropism? I'm going to say what because that's just a simple state for 1 mark. So it's just what is tropism, and we can say that tropism is plant growth in response to an external stimulus. So that answers that question nicely. Okay, then we could go through to the next part. So using the diagram below, identify. Okay, so they I'm going to use the word identify. So we're just picking out points of tropisms occurring at the arrows marked A and B. And I'm going to, so A here and then B's here. So we know we've got roots and shoots. Okay, so what I'm going to do is don't even really need to worry about these terms. Identify tropisms. A, we got roots here and shoots here. So to answer this question, we need to say what's happening at A. So A is our shoots. Shoots is positive phototropism, because we know that shoots respond to the light. We've also got negative gravitropism there too, but we can see that it's the sunlight and therefore positive phototropism. Now the roots are responding slightly differently, but they are positively responding to gravity, positive gravitropism. Remember, we're always using the positive or negative and then the tropism, so photo for light and gravitropic for that one. So that gives us idea for the second part. Next thing it says, what is the name? What? Okay, like a naming thing. I'm going to even write the name given to the collective set of chemicals that coordinate plant responses. So coordinate plant responses to help them grow. So collective set of chemicals. This is rather than just specific one, rather than saying IAA. So we want the whole collection. So we would call these growth factors. Growth factors. Okay, and that's only again worth 1 mark there. That's only worth 1 mark. Auxin is involved in plant growth and helps to instill apical dominance. Okay, apical dominance. Okay, auxin is one of these growth hormones, these growth factors. Okay, I'm going to highlight auxin. Okay, we've got these. So we just say what is meant by the term apical dominance. So that's the fact that growing up is dominant over growing sideways. Up is dominant over sideways. Okay, or vertical dominant over lateral. Okay. Explain how indole acetic acid promotes positively phototropism. Explain how indole acetic acid. So explain again. So this is a little bit more harder, and I'm going to straight away. I'm thinking it's going to have 1 more. We've got 4 marks that we're trying to think of here. How IAA, and I'm going to even write IAA under there. Okay, IAA. Okay, promotes positively gravitropism. Now, again, this is quite a lot of things that are important here. So we're talking about positively phototropic because we don't want to start talking about roots and their gravitropism in this case. So I'm going to take that question down to here. I'm just going to bullet point. So if I bullet point the first bullet point, where are they made? I'm thinking where they made. So start from the beginning. Made in shoot tip. Okay, I've just typed that tip. What do I mean by that? IAA is made in the shoot tip. Okay, what happens next? So they diffuse down. They diffuse down. They travel in the phloem downwards. Okay, now what happens there is uneven, more on shady side. Okay, more on the shady side, and then they cause the elongation. They cause the elongation of cells on shady side. So finally, our last point here, if we've got the elongation of cells on the shady side, we must be saying that therefore it's going to be growing towards the light because the shady side is going to grow more, so it's going to bend towards the light. So there's going to be growth towards the light. Okay, so that's answering that question there. So how is IAA transported over long distance is the next question. IAA transported long distance. Okay, in the plant, let's just say in the plant. Okay, well, I've just mentioned what that was. So the idea, that's the phloem, Phloem, the phloem. The diagram below, so it shows, so this is the diagram below. When it says this now, if it's here, if you can't see it in the piece of paper, that's obviously on the other side, shows the direction of sunlight. Okay, so sunlight's important, and the base of the plant shoot. Draw, so I'm obviously going to draw something, the rest of the shoot. Okay, and indicate where the highest concentration of IAA is found. So indicate, so I'm going to have to be maybe on my diagram, I've got an arrow and say highest here of IAA found. Right, and that's 2 marks. So it's just to draw an indication. So before I even look at it, I know that it's going to, obviously I'm going to have to draw a part. And it says here, there's a base of shoot, so I'm going to have to do the tip of the shoot, draw the tip. So we're going to be drawing some sort of bending, I should imagine, and then showing where the most of it is. Okay, let me show you. Yep, and I'm right. We can see that this is there's a base. So let's show the tip. Tip's going to bend like that, bend away. And then if I just do a shaded side here, and I say higher concentration of IAA here. Okay, so that's got the mark on the shaded side, the side away from the sunlight. And explain why the shoot is this shape. Why is it this shape? Because there's elongation on cells with IAA, and it's uneven, and it's there more, so they're uneven, more in shady side. Okay, and that was, again, we needed to explain, but I saw that it was only 2 marks. So what is it? We didn't say why is it like that. Well, they're like that because the cells elongate when they got IAA, and there's more on the shaded side, so that gives you that specific shape. Okay, so that should be the answer to that how you answer those questions.